Okay, let's see if Instagram is our friend and this works this time. Um, Good afternoon, everyone. I hope all is well. This is weird. I am going live on my iPad, and because the iPad is so big, the camera's all the way up there, the comments are already down there, and so it's like I'm looking weird. So now I'm just have to look in the camera, and unfortunately, that means I won't be able to read as many comments. And this is why we don't venture off and do weird stuff we're not supposed to do, like going live on the iPad. So, welcome, Player for Real. Lisa, she's one of one. Thank you for joining. Palona, thank you for joining back. Jap, thank you for joining back. Avery, Dr. Noble, welcome. God's Gift, Denise, Blue Sugar Cake, Malika Fantab, thank you, thank you. Go ahead and share this live with anyone who you think would be interested. And I am going to try to hold this big, stupid iPad with one hand as I scroll through on my phone to read the questions for our weekly Q&A. If you are new to my page, my name is Alison. I am a dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. Hi, Ria for Abu Dhabi. Welcome. And so what I do every week is I do this free live Q&A. Under normal circumstances, in order to get my amazing expertise, you would have to book an alignment call, right? 30 minutes or 60 minutes, so I could do a deep dive on whatever issues you are particularly facing today. I'm doing my live Q&A every Wednesday for the summer at 12 noon. Once summer is over, the time will change, the day probably will not. So anywho, every week I do this live Q&A to give all of you guys access, those who are on a budget, those who are unwilling to invest in themselves to get guidance. I'm still giving back to my amazing community every Wednesday. So how does it work? In my stories, 24 hours prior, I drop an opportunity for you to put a question. Whatever question it may be, I read it anonymously. Those who are here on the live get to offer some feedback, and I would give you what my recommendation would be. I do not have the answers for everything. I am not omniscient, right? Or omnipotent. I can't remember from English class. I am not all-knowing, right? However, whatever I can answer, I will answer and will give you the best response you will probably find, on top of what the amazing folks who are watching in the audience are going to offer as well. So folks, this is a two-way street, kind of like a three-way street. One, I need to receive questions, so please drop them in my stories the day before. I cannot guarantee that I'm going to get to any questions that are asked of me on the live. That's one way. Second way is that I am going to read the question. I want you guys to give feedback. And the last way is that I'm going to give my feedback, okay? This is every Wednesday at 12 for the remainder of the summer. If you want to receive alerts of when I go live overall or every single week, you're going to text the word align to 2100. Text the word align, I'm putting it in the comments, to 2100. If you want to support by purchasing a badge, you can do so at the bottom of the screen as well. Let's jump right into it because now I'm late and I have a session with a client in 40 minutes. So let's jump right into it. Whew, I got a lot of questions this week, guys, and my intention is to get through every single one. First question: while dating multiple people, do you let them know or do you keep it to yourself? While dating multiple people, do you let them know or do you keep it to yourself? All right, beautiful people, I want to hear from you. When you are dating multiple people, what do you think is the right thing to do? Is the right thing to do to tell them that you're seeing other people, or is the right thing to do to keep it to yourself? I want to know what you guys think. I'm going to tell you what I recommend to my clients. Honesty is the best policy. We do not want anyone under the impression that this relationship or situationship or circumstances are more than what it is, because I don't want to be misled, and so I am not being the one who is doing the misleading. I believe in karma, and what you put out is what you get back. So you should be forthcoming with any and everyone about your circumstances, whatever it may be. Busy Bee says it's best to be open and honest. Lady Di 73 says depends on if you're having sex with more than one of them. So Lady Di, are you saying that if you're having sex with more than one person, that's when you tell the truth, or is that when you keep it a secret, right? I want to know some more insight on that. Yvette says, be honest and let them know. If you are dating, I would share that I'm dating others, says Country Gal. Who else? Let them know that you're dating. Insta Goddess, tell them. Rude Gal Sim says, it depends. What does it depend on, Rude Gal? And G Haddon says, keep it to yourself. I am a believer in transparency. I do not want to be under an impression that does not exist. So for me, and what I recommend to my clients is that you tell them. Now, are you telling them about how amazing it was and ooh la la, this other guy, he's so handsome, I can't wait to go out with him right after I end this date with you? No, we're not rubbing it in people's faces, or we're not telling them details that are necessarily unnecessary. However, I think being forthcoming is super important, because again, I don't want anyone to make me feel as though we're dating exclusively, and in reality that's not the case. So Malika says, I wouldn't offer that info right away, but if I'm asked, I would be honest. I think that's definitely a fair way of looking at it. Depends on if I'm dating for fun or if I intend on a relationship with them. Well, Rude Gal, if you intend on a relationship with them, then why would you be dating anybody else anyway, right? So if your intention is that you want to see them exclusively, then perhaps you need to let them know of your intention, and you should also show through your actions that you're not dating anybody else. But if you're dating for fun, then no harm, no foul. You should be honest. Depends on how serious it is. Well, Nancy D, if it is serious, then by default, you shouldn't be dating anybody else, right? Tiffany Chronicles says, full transparency. I agree, and I do this as well. Again, I am not going to talk about how this other guy is whisking me away to South Africa next week and good luck for you to contact me. But I am going to inform the person in a very strategic way, right? That yeah, I'm seeing other people. So if we meet on a dating app per se, right? Or for instance, and he takes me out, we're going out. How are you? How are things? Great, we're getting to know each other. And then I would say, have you met other interesting women on the dating apps, right? That's a great way of introducing it. Are you seeing anybody else on the apps, or have you met anyone else on the apps? Oh, I've seen some. Oh yeah, I've met some gentlemen too here or there. I am looking for blank, whatever your blank is. So I am looking for a long-term committed relationship. I am looking for partnership. I am looking for marriage. But I do think it's important that we see and meet different people so that we can be sure that whoever we do choose is an appropriate match. AKA, I'm seeing other folks. You should be seeing other folks too, and let's see if we work out. And if we don't, guess what? It's A-okay. So that would be my approach. All right. Next question. This is the beauty of swiping. I need to sign up for therapy, but I'm feeling fearful. I know I need it. It's not much of a question there, but I need to sign up for therapy, but I'm feeling fearful. I know I need it. Well, to this person, what I would say is, what is your fear? What is the worst thing that could happen if you go to therapy? The only thing that I could imagine is that it doesn't help you and you end right back into square one, which is where you are right now, DMing me talking about you need to help and you need to sign up for therapy, right? So the worst thing that can happen is that you can find a therapist who absolutely doesn't help you. Just, you're there, it's a bench session, there are no concrete steps, you don't know what to do next, you're not able to get through or grow through your circumstance, and you're right back to where you are right now. So what harm is it for you to try? I don't see any harm. I cannot imagine what's worse than inaction. To me, there's actually nothing worse than inaction. All right, so you know you need to do it, do it. You know you need to work out, work out. You know you need to drink more water. You know you need to break up with that girl who's wasting your time. You know you need to do what you know that you have to do. Some people are afraid of being medicated. Okay, well, she's going to a therapist, or he's going to a therapist. I actually can't tell. There's no profile pic. But a therapist can't medicate them. And unless they say that they are a harm to self or others, which they can choose to hold that back if they're not ready, then a therapist is not in a position to report them to anyone. So being medicated like by force would not happen through therapy, okay? Even a therapist needs therapy. It's confidential, so no need to fear. Jihad, you might have to rewrite that because I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to say, but I'd love to read it. Rude Gal says, HIPAA keeps you safe. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the fear is, but what I can tell you I'm afraid of in life is inaction. Knowing that I need to do something and not having the strength to step up to do it. So you're better off doing it. The worst thing that I can imagine that would happen is that nothing changes and you're right back to square one. So suck it up, get it done. Just like anything else in life. Suck it up and get it done. Next question. If meeting people out and about has been difficult, should online dating be my next step? If meeting people out and about has been difficult, should online dating be the next step? Okay? All right. So, to this young lady, what I would tell you and what I advise my clients, hi, she's so amazing. What I would advise my clients is that online dating is not a first step, it's not a next step, it's a first step along with going out organically. So if you are looking for a partnership, a romance, a relationship, something along those lines, then you should be trying every avenue in order to find it. Just like a job, right? Like, I'm not only applying to one position and I'm sitting there hoping and praying that someone responds. I'm applying to multiple positions. I might even apply a little bit outside of my general interest, or a little higher up than what I feel like I deserve, or a little lower down if I need income immediately. I'm going to try every avenue. So I'm not going to only try quote unquote organic dating and then I'm going to see if online dating works later. I'm going to try online dating. I'm going to try offline dating. I'm going to try speaking to my friends and letting them know, hey, this is the kind of person I'm looking for. Keep your eye out for me, girlfriend. Keep your eye out for me. Like, I'm trying everything, because if you're like me, which a lot of my audience is, you are relatively in your 30s or older and you're looking for a solid commitment, I'm not hoping and praying that someone walks up to me. Like, I'm not putting all of my eggs in one basket, and I'm not waiting for luck. I don't believe in luck when it comes to dating and relationships. I believe in strategy. And so you have to put yourself out there and in as many safe forums as possible. So that would be both online and offline. So would I recommend that online dating be your next step? I would recommend that online and offline dating are steps that you're taking at the same time. You're going out socially, and especially to the ladies, you're going out in small groups or by yourself, because it is intimidating for gentlemen to approach a group of women. And they are not soft because they don't want to. Why would you want to? Why would I want to have to burrow through 7 women like a football? I mean, I'm not good at football, but like a football line, whatever you like, you know what I'm talking about. Why? And then so one of them be like, it's girls' night. We not talking to no men tonight. And unless you all buy us drinks. Guess what? If there's a pretty girl amongst a pretty woman, amongst 7 friends, and then a pretty woman amongst 1 friend, guess where that handsome, high-value man is going? Common sense says, I'm going to go to the path of least resistance. So, yes, go out. Yes, be social. Yes, keep it small. However, you should also do online dating as well. And this ideology, and I preach it every week, and I apologize for those who are here and hear the same message, but it's important. For those who think that organic dating, meeting people in person, is so much better, and that is the answer, versus online dating, I'm going to tell you a hard truth. The same low-quality, vagabond men and women that you're meeting on dating apps are in these streets, are in public. And the same high-quality, professional, amazing people that you're meeting in these streets are on dating apps. Gone are the days where only the pathetic go on dating apps. This isn't a sketch from Mad TV. Remember, Lower Expectations? Anybody who remembers Mad TV, you know what I'm talking about. This is not that time, right? The time is that folks realize that technology is where it is. I don't even shop like in person anymore unless it's something that's expensive and I want to make sure that it's high quality. I shop online all the time. If I don't have to physically go outside, I ain't going, right? So why would dating and relationships not transition just as smoothly online as it would in person, just like everything else that we do online, right? I say all that to say this ideology that dating apps have trash people and in reality or in the streets have amazing people, nah, it's the same. So if you believe it's 50-50 online, it's 50-50 in person. If you believe it's 70-30 online, it's 70-30 in person. And guess what? If you believe there are no quality men or women online, there are no quality men or women in the street. And as long as you believe that, you will forever be lonely and unfulfilled in your romantic life. Not that you can't find fulfillment elsewhere. You will forever be unfulfilled as long as you believe whatever it is you believe. If you believe that all men ain't this and all women ain't that, then that is your truth. If you believe that you have the capability to find the partner that you deserve, all you need to do is do some work so that you're quality in the first place and put yourself out there, then that is your truth. If you believe that you can lose the weight, you will. If you believe that you can't lose the weight, you won't. If you believe that you can find a higher payer job, you will. You're going to fix your resume. You're going to go back to school and get the credentials. You're going to go to social events. You're going to be up all night applying. You will get multiple interviews. Sometimes you'll get rejected. Then you'll finally find the job. If you feel like you'll never get a better job, you're never going to change your resume. You're never going to get a new credential. You're never going to go to social events. You're never going to fix your resume. You're never going to apply online. You're never going to talk to your friends about what new opportunities you want. And then you're never going to find it. This is not luck. Life, for the most part, is not luck. Now, do bad things happen to people sometimes outside of no matter what you do? Absolutely. Right? Like, we don't have absolute control over our lives. Sometimes you're driving down the street, you get in an accident, you did everything wrong, you weren't texting, and somebody hits you, right? You may be injured. You may have, your car is beyond repair, you can't afford it right now. Do bad things happen sometimes? Yes. But how much of your life as an American is you're doing? A lot of it. Kind of went off topic. Sorry, y'all. Rude Gal Sim says the power of the mind and strategy. Nancy D says believe in yourself. Insta Goddess says exactly. Oh, Joseph says I've approached 7 women at a time and it is one of the most uncomfortable decisions in my life. They all decided to flirt with me at the same time. I felt cornered. Yeah, it's overwhelming. And it's not, oh, well, if he was an alpha man and he must be a beta man if he doesn't want to buy us all drinks. No, that's impractical. We want men who are financially sound, and buying 7 women $15 drinks a piece is impractical and unintelligent. It's impractical and it's unintelligent. Now, if he got it and he want to do it, then good luck and okay, no problem. But I want my partner, which he is, to be financially sound and intelligent and to make sound decisions. And so if he decides that he wants to approach the woman, of course this is before me in this particular instance, that has one friend or is by herself versus the one that's in a group of 7, guess what? He's a smart man for doing so. And it is what it is. Okay. Busy said, them rants be it. I love it. Thank you, Busy. I just kind of went off a little bit, so sorry. Okay, so let me unlock my phone again. For those who are just joining, my name is Alison. I am a certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. Every Wednesday, I do this live stream. It's a live Q&A where folks submit questions to me the day before through my stories. I read them anonymously. I give feedback, and sometimes I go off and I start talking about other stuff that has nothing to do with the questions that was asked. So let us move on. How do I stop serial dating? The goal is to avoid heartbreak. How do I stop serial dating? The goal is to avoid heartbreak. So my short answer to you is to click the link in my bio, click on the first button. It is a free training. It's called The Partner You Deserve. And it very specifically outlines in 2 parts, well, actually more like in 3 parts. 1, what you need to do to become I hate this term, but it becomes a part of our vernacular. I'm not saying it. What you need to do in order to become the best version of you, right? So that we say that we want to attract the right folks, but are we the type of people that kind of man or woman would want? We need to become the best version of ourselves so we can attract the kind of people that we want, right? We need to learn how to be strategic on the dating scene. And the last piece is that we have to be clear about exactly what we want. If we lack clarity on what our goals are, then we are not going to be able to find it, whatever it may be. If I don't know that this is what I want, or I don't have a clear vision as to what, which is why vision boards and journaling and all that kind of affirmations are good stuff. If I lack vision, I won't be able to find it. The perfect guy or girl is going to walk right past you, and you're not going to know because you never clarified for yourself what perfection means for you. So click the link in my bio, click on the first button, The Partner You Deserve. I'm also going to be redoing that training at the end of this month for free, but don't wait. because time is of the essence, and this is a biological clock thing, but if you don't care about a biological clock, still, life is short. Click the link in my bio, go to the first button. It talks about how to attract the right mates, how to repel the wrong ones, and how to become the best version of you. Yes, Zoe says, do not fold on your non-negotiables. Zoe's been here for a while, so she knows about that non-negotiable speech. All right? Stop stereo dating. Click the link in my bio. Hour and 20 minutes of gems for the free. Next question. Oh, Lord. This is the problem. So anyone who's joining a little bit later and you didn't hear my whole situation earlier, Instagram is acting up. And so normally you could just swipe up on a story and you could see the poll responses or whatever responses people have sent. But for the last 2 weeks, Instagram's been acting up. So I had to screenshot every time somebody asked me a question, save it in my phone. I'm going live on my iPad. My hand hurts because it's like this, holding up the iPad. And I'm reading the questions off my phone. And now I'm swiping through to see what other questions I may have missed. Okay, so this was a very hard question. I actually thought about skipping it because I don't have the answer. And as I also said earlier in the live, I'm not omniscient. I don't have all the answers. Thank you, Country Gal, for purchasing a badge. Thank you, Marlon Slack, for purchasing a badge. Appreciate you. Jappa Black, thank you for purchasing a badge. So the question was, how do you know you're in love? How soon is too soon to say it, and does it matter who says it first? So I'll be honest with you. I am not confident that I have the answer that you may be looking for. And those who are watching, please let me know if you do. I think that everyone knows in their own way. I don't think that there is a definitive, categorical way that all men, all women, all humans, all animals know that they are in love, right? I could describe to you how I knew, and I think that would be very different from how my husband knew or how from anybody else who would be listening to this in the future may know. So I'll be honest with you, sweetheart, I'm not going to answer that question because I really do believe it depends on the individual. Thank you, I'll be for purchasing a badge. So I will answer question 2 and 3, which is, how soon is too soon to say it? I am not of the belief that you should hold back in fear. I think that fear is something that comes into the human experience that only holds us back. And so if this is a feeling and you feel confident about that's how you feel, I think that you should say it. If it's 3 months in, if it's 6 months in, if it's a year or 2 years in, when you feel it and you're confident that's how you feel, I feel like you should say it. I don't believe there are any hard and fast rules around love, which is why I said I won't even bother to say how does one know, because how I know versus Kendra says is different for everyone. We can't say. But how soon, I don't believe there's a too soon. It's when you are confident, right? And I don't think it matters who says it first. I think this idea that we have to wait for a man, if you're a woman or whoever, to say it first is ridiculous. If that's how you feel confident about it, and you feel that they feel the same way too, right? Because I'm also not going to be pouring out my love and affection for someone who I question whether or not they feel the same way. Then I'm going to tell them that's how I feel. And I'm not going to wait around because he's a man and he should say it first. I'm going to say how I feel because that's the way that I feel. And it's really just as simple as that. Malika Fantab says, I think that oh Lord, Malika's always putting pressure on me. She says I can't read, and now I can't read. I think that if you have to ask the question of how do you know you're in love, then you aren't. That might be a good one. And Busy Bee says don't fall for love bombing. Yeah, don't fall for that. So if someone starts dating you and then immediately they start just expressing how they feel for you, and they're just like falling all over themselves and sending you 1,000 roses and then coming up to your job and singing, like, we have to be mindful of those who are overly aggressive in their expression early in the game. Thank you, Unique, for purchasing the badge. And I think there's one more question. So let me see if I am right or wrong. I thought there was one more. Oh, there's like 4 more. Okay. Someone asked, what are your thoughts on being friends with your ex while you're in a relationship? What are your thoughts on being friends with your ex while you're in a relationship? Okay, I'm going to talk about me and then I'm going to talk about others because that may vary. I tend to not be friends with exes. That's my tendency. I should have given this more thought. I'm not exactly sure why, but that's just not my thing. Maybe it's because my relationships in the past didn't end well, so I wasn't able to build or establish. If I'm not dating you romantically, that means I probably don't like you. And so if I don't like you, I'm not going to be your friend, right? So for me, I tend to not communicate with exes. I just don't do it. What I will say though is that if you're able to end amicably, and it's been many years and lots of time has passed, and clearly you're not interested and clearly they're not interested, and you'd like to maintain that friendship or that relationship, which is now a friendship, through your new romantic relationship, and y'all might not like this, but I'm not going to do that unless my partner is okay with it. I am not going to allow my partner to be giving pounds, what's up, and all that kind of stuff to a dude that he doesn't know that I already dated. I'm not going to do that. I think that's embarrassing. I do not like when folks in a relationship put their partner in a position to be embarrassed. It's not nice. And so I'm not doing that. So guess what? If I feel like we were exes 20 years ago and we're such great friends now and I'm seeing somebody new, I'm going to tell that new dude that I used to date this guy. Now, it could cause a big problem. He might say he doesn't want me to be friends with the guy. It might cause a big whole thing. But guess what? You know what's worse than that? Your new boo finding out that you used to mess with that guy and you didn't tell him. Dude up in your house, eating y'all snacks during, what's the big football game? You know what I'm talking about. Like, because then it's going to be way worse. It's in your best interest to be forthcoming. So if you must maintain your friendship with your friend that you used to date, tell the new person. Will it be an issue? Yes. Will they probably ask you not to be friends with them? Maybe. That's not my swag. Super Bowl. Thank you. That's not my swag. I have confidence, and I do think it's a confidence issue, and y'all may not like that neither. I have confidence in my relationship. If my husband wanted to be friends with a girl he used to date, that would not bother me whatsoever because I am the shit, period. And guess what? If he wanted to step out, he gonna step out with her or he gonna step out with a stranger. They gonna do what they want to do regardless. So me trying to go hard about you can't be friends with your exes, that's not my swag. That's other people's swag. That's not mine, right? However, most people don't feel like that. So I would be forthcoming, and I tend not to be friends with them, so that doesn't become an issue for me. Period, Malik. All right. So me, I don't be friends with them. I don't be friends. That's it. I'm gonna just leave it on super Brooklyn with y'all. I don't be friends with them. And if I made it super Brooklyn, I put another word at the end. I don't be friends with them people. And we're gonna leave it at that. All right. Drew said, nah what? You can be friends with your exes. That don't bother me. Hello? Do you see all this? That don't bother me. And again, folks are gonna do whatever they want to do. This idea of looking through people's phones or, stalking them at work. Look, folks are going to do what they want to do regardless to what you think that you're going to do to stop it, okay? How about men having female friends, period? I don't have a problem with that. Other people do. That's up to you to decide. Is your friendship with your female friend more important than your relationship with your partner? And does your partner have a problem with it? I don't have a problem with it. But everybody's not the same. So it's just best for you to be transparent. Saves yourself a whole set of headaches later. Is it a headache right now? Yeah. It's going to be a migraine if you don't say anything earlier. Okay? Is it okay to ask serious questions early on to know what the person wants in the future? Yes, it is okay. You better ask serious questions. I'm going to be 35 in September. If I was still in the dating scene, I'm not going out with a guy until it is clear to me that he believes in marriage. He wants children. You best believe I'm asking hard questions. Now, you can be strategic in the way that you ask those hard questions, right? I'm not going to be like, yo, you believe in marriage? Like, I'm not doing all that, right? I'm going to ask about, if you are in my age range, you should have already thought about your beliefs on marriage. So I'm going to ask, what are your beliefs around marriage? No, I'm a Libra. I'm a hard and fast Libra too, except for the indecisiveness. I'm super decisive. Yeah, so, damn, Come on, girl. You done threw me off. Yeah. Hard questions. Yes, I'm asking hard questions. In general, like, hey, I see that you have a son. Do you want to have more children? Or, people like us in our 30s, we're unicorns if we don't have any kids. I don't have any kids. Do you? You don't have any, right? Because you got to ask twice, because people be lying. You don't have any kids, right? And then they'll say, yeah, I don't have any kids, remember? I'm like, oh, okay. Do you desire to have any children? I'm not sure. You're 35 years old, you're not sure? Guess what? Patty done. Because I know what I want out of my life. So to take a step back to the previous question about how do I stop serial dating, you need to have a clear vision as to what your life is going to look like. My vision is a family. My vision is marriage, which I already have. My vision is children, which we're working on, right? My vision is owning properties, being an entrepreneur, being able to travel when I want, working from, not from home, like working from anywhere. Like, that's my vision. That's what I want for myself, right? For myself and my family. So if you don't want the same thing that I don't, it doesn't matter how cute you are and how cute I am and how cute we're going to be together. I'm asking the hard questions strategically, not aggressively, ladies, but not aggressively, strategically. Tell me more. What are your thoughts? Not you trying to get married or not. Yo, your swimmers work. How you 40? You ain't got no kids yet. Not aggressively, strategically. Absolutely ask those hard questions. 2 more questions, guys, and then I gotta go because I have a session in 13 minutes. How do you keep people's opinions out of your relationship? Stop telling your business. Folks can't have an opinion about your relationship if they don't know about your relationship. Stop telling your business. Choose friends who you know are not going to judge you and are trying to help you, right? Choose those people to tell your business to. Be strategic. Remember earlier when I went on my rant about this is not luck, right? Life is about strategy. So strategize. My friends know what I'm good for. Alison is good for a resolution. Alison is good for a resolution. If you have a problem and you're looking for a resolution, I am the one to call. We are going to hop on the laptop. We are going to start Googling. We're going to put goals in place. We're going to have a timeline. We're going to start looking at other jobs. We're going to start looking at other men. We're going to start looking at other apartments. I am that. I am not your vent friend. Do not call me, and they know this, and Malika Fantab and any other friend who's on here, please co-sign, right? I've known Malika for more than half my life. I am not the one to call to vent. Is that friend valuable? Yes, because sometimes you don't want a resolution. Sometimes you don't want a resolution. Sometimes you want to bitch and moan. However, you have to choose your friends. Sometimes you have friends who's just, your drinking buddy. That's who you go out with. That's how Malika said facts. That's, who you go out with, who you throw, right? But if Malika says, yo, Al, I'm trying to decide between this, or this. Malika's going to law school, and she needs to decide if she's going to do Seton Hall or she's going to do Brooklyn Law. We're going to pull up. We're going to do pros and cons. We're going to do tuition. We're going to do fun. We're going to see what percentage of people pass the bar the first time versus the second time. Great. If Malika is going to call me and say, my professor's so hard, and, I don't want to study more. Just the professor's hard. I'm not the one. She can call Shirley Blanc, and she knows that, right? Because that's our other friend who is the vent session lady. How do you keep people out of your business? This is how. You choose who to tell it to. The ones who are in a position to actually help you in whatever help may look like, because venting can be help. A drink, getting drunk and going out and ignoring your problems for 24 hours can be help. Strategy can be help. Choose the person who can help you. That's how you keep people out. Stop talking. Period. Stop talking. Oh Lord, guys, I'm getting an alert that says I got my session in 10 minutes and I have one more question, but I was going to go off for a second. I'm going to go off for just a second. I usually don't talk about celebrities because y'all know my famous line that I say every week. Jay-Z says, what you eat don't make me shit. So I don't care about what's going on in celebrities' life because they don't know me and they don't care about me. Ergo, I don't care about them other than the fact that I hope that they're alive and they're happy human beings, right? Erica Mena complains about people being in her business after she posts her business publicly. And then the comedian guy, the little guy, what's his name? Oh, he says, you know, he made a postpartum joke and that's inappropriate and that's insensitive. It is. But guess what? He wouldn't have added her or made a joke about her if she did not publicly post her business. And then be mad when people be in her business. We got to use logic and reason, y'all. So you cannot be upset about folks being in your business if you don't share it. Stop sharing it. And then folks wouldn't be in it. Now, you want to be upset about them judging you. You want to be upset about them saying inappropriate things. You want to be upset about them. Yeah, maybe they shouldn't have said that. Maybe it was insensitive of them. Maybe it was inappropriate. The joke about the postpartum was inappropriate. However, would he have made the joke if she didn't post about it? Nope. Little guy, Lil Duval. Thank you. She's so amazing. Last question, and I have to get a drink of water, and then I got a whole nother hour to do, okay, with my client. You want to become a client because you can tell that I have the answers that's going to solve whatever your situation is? Click the link in my bio. You have an option, a litany of options to choose from. You want a single session, get in, get out. You can click on an alignment call. If you want a coaching program that's going to get you from failures in dating to whatever you want, if it's engagement, if it's marriage, if it's a lifelong partnership, if it's babies, I'm your girl. Click the link in my bio. Go ahead and click on a complimentary call. The complimentary call is for those who are interested in my coaching program, not for advice. I do not give free advice except for right here. So if you want free advice, it's every Wednesday, and this is how you get it. Okay? If you want to talk about your particular issues at hand, alignment call. If you're looking for me to help you find a partner, I just said the word, complimentary call for my coaching program. Yes, if you are interested in, and you're in New York City, I am hosting a single sip and paint in Brooklyn. The location is secret. I'm not the promoter, I'm the host. So secret location, but it is in Brooklyn, New York. I can tell you that it's close to the Jackie Robinson. So if you're in New York City or you're familiar, you know the Jackie Rob. I'm hosting a sip and paint on July 18th. Click the link in my bio. Thank you, Regal. It's drinking my water and minding my business. That's what it is. Oh, Beauty says I'm amazing. Thank you, girl. All right, so last question, y'all, that I gotta get a drink of water and then do another hour of this with my client unpacking her stuff so I can find her the partner that she deserves, okay? How soon is it to get married to someone? Okay, we're gonna reword that. Malika, this is not my fault, that's how they worded it. Oh, how do we get the link? Thank you, Queen. Click the link in my bio, the second button, it says Single Sip and Paint, New York City. Click the link in my bio if you want to attend the Single Sip and Paint on July the 18th. It is in Brooklyn, New York, okay? How soon is it to get married to someone? So, again, who are we to say, right? I think putting a definitive date and time is impractical. I do believe in action. Action's my middle name. I should name my kid that. That should be my kid's middle name, Action, because taking action, that's my thing, right? However, putting a hard and fast date on something is impractical. If both parties feel as though they are ready, they have unpacked a lot of the traumas that they've been through in their life. A busy bee, I have no idea what the male to female ratio is going to be. I don't know, girl. Maybe the day before I can tell you how many like male to female tickets have been sold, but I would not be in a position to answer that question right now. And even so, that's tickets sold, not who's showing up. Okay, I gotta focus, y'all. I got a session in 6 minutes. How soon is it to get married to someone? If both parties are prepared, emotionally prepared, they're not still harping on an ex, they're not still crying every night about their abandonment issues. If they are prepared to build a life with somebody else, who are we to say? I can say like probably before 6 months is probably a bit outrageous. Again, it also depends on your age, because when you're like 80, 6 months might be the rest of your life. But if you're prepared in a year, then you're prepared in a year. If you're prepared in 2 years, then you're prepared in 2 years. What I will tell you though, for me, my experience and my understanding and my research, hard and fast research, has been that men know. They know. And ask married men and they will tell you that they know. So I am not waiting 3 years for an engagement ring. I'm not waiting 4 years for an engagement ring. Again, I think it depends on age. It depends on where you are in your life. But for me, who's going to be 35 in 2 months, 2 months, 3 years and there's no ring on my finger yet. Well, there's a big ass ring on my finger. But if I was single, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I am 50, I'm not waiting 2 years, right? If I'm 80, I'm not waiting a year. I think there are lots of other factors, right? And it's one, if both parties are emotionally prepared, and two, depending on your age. I would not wait on finances. I think and I know I just said about my big ass ring, but there's this ideology of like that I think that men have, that they have to be in a particular financial place. If you and your partner are fulfilled and happy, then the big wedding can come later if you both agree to that. The big ring can come later if you both agree to that. But nonetheless, it really is a personal decision if you both feel that you're ready. Do not pressure people into things that they don't want. If your partner says that they're not ready, guess what? They're not ready. And to expect them to be ready early is impractical, and it may be in your best interest to find someone who is ready for marriage. Not necessarily ready to marry you, because they got to get to know you. But if you're not even ready for marriage, or I have to convince you that marriage as an institution is a good idea for us, then I'm good. I'm good. And on that note, I'm super good, because I got 4 minutes to grab some water and to hop on a session. I love you all. Thank you all for joining. Please share my page, my content. If you share this live, it's going to be over, then they won't see it and it's awkward. But share from my page and say, yo, this is my homegirl from Instagram, and she be talking and she be dropping them gems, and allow them so that we can interact and so we can help improve people's romantic situations for the free or for the paid. All right, folks. Adios, amigos. It's been an amazing day. Bye.